I hadn't opened up Hinge. I want to get the conversation going again, and I was hammered, and I was like, rail me, rail me, rail me, rail me, rail me, rail me. Because I'm not serious about it.
Well, did you do it or were you like, just kidding?
No, afterwards I was like, I'm so sorry, someone stole my phone.
That guy, the roller coaster, like, oh my God, I'm going to rail this girl. Welcome to On the Apps Dating Podcast. I'm Julian Breheny, comic in New York City.
I'm Robin Richardson, an attorney in New York City and Julian's wife.
You always say that. And we are here with...
Brittany Brave. I'm not an attorney.
No.
Comedian
In New York City. Thank you for coming on.
I'm a comedian who will probably need an attorney someday. Let's put it that way for something I say. So, yeah.
Well, Robin is an attorney, but she's a public defender, so she can't defend me unless I do a sex crime.
If you do a sex crime, but not if you're just talking. I'm not that kind of lawyer.
You can't? Okay. So if you have a sex crime in the works...
Call me.
If I have a sex crime in the works.
If you're doing a sex crime, if you've got one cooking up.
Because I'm a defense attorney.
I've been thinking that in my next chapter, like, I should be another woman in a male-dominated field, and I should commit a sex crime.
I think so.
We're outnumbered. I have a bit about this in my act. We need more female serial killers. We need more female sexual assault crimes. So yes, okay, now I know.
I'm glad. Well, diversity is finally getting its job done.
Yes.
I'm saying.
Break the glass ceiling.
Exactly. Yeah, don't tell your daughters to become presidents or even like lawyers or comedians or anything. Tell them, be like, honey, just commit crime.
Just commit crime.
Do crime.
Well, one thing I find funny about serial killing is like in movies, whenever a woman is a serial killer or a bad guy, they always give her like a rich backstory, which guys don't get. When it's like, oh, this woman, what happened to that woman
origin story.
who committed the crime? Oh, terrible story about her. Her children were murdered by the town, and she's haunted ever since. They're like, what about that guy?
There's a lady in Mexico who did that. Her daughter disappeared, and she went to the police, and they were like, we're not gonna solve this. We're part of it. And then she went and like solved it on her own. Was like just killing people. She was just like going after the cartel.
Oh my God, come on! Yes. Okay, CEO.
My point is, but whenever a movie has a guy, it's like, oh, what about old Tom? It's like, oh, he's a cunt.
Yeah,
right.
He's just a piece of shit.
He just sucks.
I have that. That's basically in my bit. So, really spoiling it for everybody, but like my tour is called I Have a Secret because my big closer is called I Have a Secret.
Oh, yeah.
So I won't say how I open it or how I sprinkle it throughout the hour, but the closer, I Have a Secret, is about how we need more female serial killers. And I'm like, whenever it's a woman, I say basically the same thing, where I'm like, it's always like she kills one man who really fucked her over. She puts like a pill in his mashed potatoes or something. It's like very invested and very calculated, rich backstory. And then it's like whenever it's a guy, it's just some fucking guy.
You're just a guy.
A drifter.
Who's like didn't talk to his dad enough when he was growing up, and now he's shooting up schools.
Exactly.
So I think we need more Disney princesses that shank people. That's what
I agree.
We play to win, okay, is the point. That's men, okay? We're not messing around.
Why play anyways?
The next Luigi Mangione should be a woman. And she should do...
It's going to be you.
Yes.
We're already making it happen, okay? If you want Robin to represent you, though, you have to sex crime the CEO. You can't just kill him.
Yeah,
So you're saying before I shank Donald Trump, I should fondle him a little bit?
No, just make him pull his pants down. That's sex crime.
When you're a comic, they let you do it. Yeah. Okay, they let you do whatever you want.
That's true. That is so true. If I was just jerking off in green rooms, I'd be more successful. But anyways, in my next era,
That's true.
Yes. That's how you know when I'm giving up. When I'm like, Robin, I sexually assaulted someone and I've been jerking off on all my openers. So cry for help.
Did he go on them?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know any. Oh, wow. I guess he wasn't a chill dude. It's crazy. I mean, I think it's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Did he finish?
I don't know.
I think that the problem with finishing is that's so awkward.
Yeah.
Do you clean up?
I don't know. Is he like, does he get most of the way there and then he's like, okay, I won't disrespect you now by coming on now? I don't know. But you know what? He's such a damn good comedian. He had such a good bit about it where he was like, the worst part about all of this, like, yes, obviously, like, how to say apologies and go to therapy or whatever. But he's like, everybody in America knows my kink. Like, he was like, that's the worst part. Like, he's like, President Obama, like, knows what I like to do. Like, knows my thing. And
it's also, like, not, like, a cool one. Like,
at all.
Yeah, it's like kind of like, ew, oh.
Yeah, well, men are always just wanting to show that off to us. I feel.
And it's so insane, because it's, like, the worst part about them.
It really is. I
don't like being in the middle. Okay, let's swap.
This feels like we're both public defenders. And fighting you.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm the criminal.
Get him out of here.
Well, I have like an OnlyFans, and I have fun on there and stuff. Obviously, nothing too crazy, but like you'd be surprised, like the amount of money I make just from men being like, "Can I just show you it?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't even open it. I'm sorry to all my subscribers. Like, you think I looked at it. I don't even open it.
We need some integrity among OnlyFans models, okay? By all means.
So they're not even asking for a rating. They're just like, I'll tip you, and I'm just gonna send you.
Sometimes it's a rating. It depends. Sometimes, and you know, with I do not have a clean mind by any means, but my like naive ass, when the first time he was like, "Would you rate me?" Like the very first time, I genuinely thought it was going to be like a photo of him, and I do not have a clean mind whatsoever. And then it was a throbbing penis, and I was like, oh yeah. So yeah, they do ratings, or they just want to show you, or they're like, hey, I have a video of me jerking off. Can you show? And it's like. I mean, I'm planning to shut my OnlyFans down anyway. That's a conversation for another time. But I don't even open it. You men are so obsessed with just like they just want you to see it. Yeah. I'm like in Trader Joe's grocery shopping, and I'm literally
You're like, cool.
I'm like, it's so
hot,
big, yum,
so hot, honey.
Yeah, like buying cereal, and I made $150. Like it's crazy. So. Again, very empowering. I will say that.
It is. We are weird. It's like, like on top of that, first off, the rating thing. I met one OnlyFans model who was saying that they could pay more for a positive or negative rating, and I was like, well, then there's no integrity in the system.
Well,
it's not a real rating. Okay?
I had an OnlyFans for a while, and I also shut mine down because it was a pain in the ass.
It just gets out of control. Not to cut you off.
No. It's a lot of work. It's just a lot of work. And it's a lot of just people having access to you, and you just kind of get to a point where I'm like, I I've never want to talk to another person ever again. But I would offer like, okay, you want a rating? Do you want it to be like a complimentary? Do you want it to be negative? Because some people like to be degraded, or do you want it just an honest one?
Yeah, exactly. I've been paid to roast and neg as well too, and that's fun. I've like the weirdest thing I've ever done wasn't even sexual, where I guess it was for him. It was $150 for a 1-minute video of me drinking club soda and burping.
Oh, interesting.
He wanted to see me burp.
Okay.
I'm so grateful I don't have a weird thing like I mean, you can have kinks that are like maybe over the line, but they're still sex related. When it's just totally out of sex, and you're like, did you just not enjoy sex and you just need her to burp? That's unfortunate.
I have no idea. Yeah, it's hard to be like no judgment, because then you get requests like that and you're like, ooh, okay, I guess so. Yeah, but to your point, like, yeah, it was so empowering in the beginning because I call it like DM fatigue, like. As an attractive girl and somebody with like a public persona, you just get crazy shit in your DMs, right? So then I like taped a special with OnlyFans, started the OnlyFans. Men didn't want to see my comedy on it. Shocker, obviously.
Yeah.
You know,
I was wondering how that was going, because they're really pushing the comedy.
They're phenomenal. They're really great. Like the tapings are great. They're super high quality. I mean,
they look good. I've seen some of them, but they're just like, I wonder how if people are taking on, because like.
Yeah. So. I mean, I think you can use a platform for anything that you want. I definitely think, even though it wasn't intended to be that way, like it just got taken over with sex work, which is great. It's, you know, it is what it is. But there's so many things, and the specials are great, and it opens up a portal of other opportunities. But that's kind of how it started, and then it was really empowering and fun for a while.
Yeah.
Like it was like, this is fun, and I'm like weirdly healing body image issues, or I'm healing like I'm a sexual assault survivor too, so like stuff like it, I don't know, it was like I was like reclaiming it and making money, and now and like in the last year I was like, this is so overwhelming, and it's too much access no matter what amount of money it is at this point.
And I think you do have to just like keep raising your prices, because like it just then if you don't, then you have too many people who are trying to contact you, too many people who are asking for things, and the way you limit it is just like you raise your prices, but then then they're like really nice people who've like started out with you, who you like, oh, that sucked, you know, like I don't know.
Totally, no, I have legitimate like fans, like people that have come to my shows, and like even if it starts off sexual and they want me to rate something or they want to sext or whatever, I have a bit in my act about it. I've also gotten some like really sincere messages about like, I hope this isn't awkward and I can still come to your comedy shows. I am attracted to you, but truly I started off as being a fan. And it's like, and those are the people also, not surprisingly, that you make the most money off of too, because they feel like emotionally connected to you.
But is it weird, because normally like the whole thing, like you don't want them to find you. In real life, when you were doing it, like you would never give out your address, but they have where you're going to be.
It's what I do for a living.
Yeah,
it's a crux. It's just what it... Yeah, and I mean, I've had death threats, not even on my OnlyFans, but I've had death threats from my comedy.
Because of political stuff? Or just because of...
Political stuff. I did comedy in Florida for 3 years, so here we are, you know? And, I mean, I've had some crazy shit on my own. I've had to block some guys on my OnlyFans as well, too. But, that's the blessing and the curse for what it is. Because I'm not an OnlyFans. If I were an OnlyFans model, I probably would go under an alias, and it would be a completely different thing. But unfortunately, I am a stand-up comedian who tours, who also happens to have an OnlyFans.
Of course, yeah.
So, hence why, sorry boys, shutting that shit down.
Shutting it down.
No,
by the end of the year. Yeah. But yeah, it's okay.
So you just moved here from Miami. Are you single?
I'm so single.
How is dating different in New York versus Miami?
It's not.
Oh, it's the same.
Because my brother said it was very different. He was over there, and he had big complaint. But his complaint was that he found that women there were more
superficial.
Yeah, but in terms of because basically, and he's also the crypto bros, and there's such weird, insane young guys with insane amounts of money, and my brother has a good job, but he's not a guy who's got vested in Facebook who, you know.
Well, he's also responsible with his money. So I think there's a lot of guys there who have money for a little bit and they're just going to splash it out for as long as they have it. And they're not making smart choices about it. They're not like, oh, is this a good investment? This expensive date with a model.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. I'm just going to say it's the same. I mean, it's a different set of issues, but I think dating kind of is challenging in 2025 anywhere, regardless of the city, because people just move. And I don't think moving or the city determines how unavailable people are, how checked out people are, how much people disassociate and stuff. Again, I think it's I would say this. Yes, in Miami, I think you run into the women are savages. The women are savages.
In what capacity?
In exactly that. They just, I know women in Miami where I've heard it come out of their mouth where they're like, I just took my boyfriend's credit card, I'm annoyed with him, so everything's going on his tab tonight.
Yeah.
I took it out of his wallet, this is all on him. And I would never do that, but I'm like, oh, go
You're
off.
okay, but I'll have a champagne.
Yeah, I'm I'll get the oysters. Okay,
That is crazy. I think that there's also New York is full of career women. And
that's it.
They're just. I think so. I think for men, it might be very different to date in Miami versus New York. It might not be. Because it is a lot of the same guys. There are guys that they move back and forth between the two places. They're the same guys.
They're both two transient places. They're both two places that hustle differently and for different reasons. Miami is just a very superficial place. There's a lot of stuff that's real and beautiful and great down there, but most of it is crypto, fat ass. Just make it look like you. Half the time that these guys are throwing money on these dates, they don't have it. They're probably running from the law. I'm kind of not exaggerating.
Seriously.
They don't have a real job. And they don't care. They're just trying to get through the night and get pussy, and that's it. And I think the problems in New York are career. Everyone's usually here for a very specific reason, and you want connection and you want a relationship, but you don't want it to take from your hustle and your career, and you have more options in New York than Miami, I would say. You have so many options in New York.
For dating specifically?
For everything. Yeah. So it's you could think, I had a pretty devastating first date in late April, early May, in the sense that it was perfect, and then he said he doesn't want to see me again, and I thought the sex was great and everything, and I'm kind of still coming back from it. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's been 3 months of feeling like I've been gaslit, but whatever.
Because you usually know if something is going well. You're we're connecting well. I mean, what I would say is you'd probably dodged a huge bullet, right? If you went through an entire date where you're this went really well. He connected with me on this, we connected on this. This is I would say he might be one of those psychopaths who's just I'm really good at just mirroring people so I can fuck them and then I'm out. That. That's
my worst fear in this whole situation.
I think that you might have just dodged that bullet.
Yeah, I just got love bombed, mirrored me, pretended. Sociopath, maybe.
Because why would it feel that way? And then the next day he's actually none of that was real. It was gross.
No, here's the kicker. This is why I don't date, really, to be honest. I have tons of dating experiences, but right now I feel over the last 3 years I have taken myself out of the game for the most part, because of shit like this. It's not the relationships. It's not the okay, it just didn't work out, one wanted commitment, one didn't, whatever. That stuff is painful, but you can come back from it. It's the, shit like this. 5-hour date, fucked 4 times, hooked up all night, amazing. Texted me the next day, texted me for a week and a half, 2 weeks after.
Oh, wow. So it wasn't even the next day. It was really happening.
The next day was crush that audition tonight. Good luck. what? And I was oh, okay, so we're on the same page that this was.
Yeah. We're feeling that.
This was good. Yeah. Right, exactly. And kept in touch, and then I'm on tour, so I know that complicates it too. Like, I'm not around a lot. So then I went away for like 2.5 weeks shortly after, and then I hit him up, and I was like, let's fuck again and have fun and go out and like whatever. And I just got hit with like a really long, hey, it's a family, loss in the family, my work, and I gotta get my shit together, and you're genuinely incredible. It was such a fun time. Maybe we'll but it's like, what the
No, this is a broken dude. You dodged a bullet. This is like, because you're not insane. Whatever,
I'm not insane.
Whatever happened, like, it's the insanity is him. I like, you're just not crazy.
Well, I learned that too because I'm a domestic violence survivor too. Like, I was in an actually really abusive situation for 3 years and sent him to jail and all that stuff. Yeah. He's dead now. No, I'm kidding.
Dead to us. Okay.
Dead to us. That might be my first one.
Yay!
On my way, bitch.
This is going to be played in court.
It is. Well, it's okay. I have a public defender, so I'm fine.
Sure.
She's also on tape diabolically laughing.
So I think we need a third lawyer. I think we need an outsider.
The podcast is her being like, we do need more serial killers. My kind of fucking lawyer, let me tell you. Listen, the lawyer he got was someone in entertainment who defended child molesters. So you know what? Get the right person to defend you.
I think that's all the entertainment lawyers, actually. I think.
Actually true, yeah. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, someone in Epstein's court, this man truly might be hired on Epstein's case. I should actually check.
Yeah.
Because I looked him up. The lawyer was like vile, really vile in court, and I was like, and my lawyer was like, you should look him up. And I looked it up, and he's like defended literal monsters.
Jesus.
Yeah. So anyway, including my ex. So I say that to say I like survived. I forgot where I was going with that, but
You're not crazy.
Oh, I'm not crazy. That's basically it. And
You're
like
not
I learned
crazy.
that in therapy. Like, she was like, you are having a very normal reaction to abnormal behavior. Like, you're not the weird one.
Yeah.
This is the weird one. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Because that, like, Jekyll Hyde, I don't know if he got scared. I don't know if he changed. I don't know what it is, but I was like...
Not your problem.
I will say...
Yeah.
I have this coworker who dates a lot in New York. She's gone now, but I used to love getting her stories. And what I didn't realize was how often that happens. Like, she constantly...
It's wild.
Like, the love bombing flip. I just didn't know it was that common. And she would show me the texts. And, like, I was like, oh, well, he doesn't want to see you, whatever. And she's like, but look at these fucking texts. And then it would be, like, so full on. And it would literally be about a week to 2 weeks. And then it would be, oh, something came up. And the thing is with these guys, I'm not defending them, but I think they don't know. I think they're in their head, they're like they're not. They think they want this, and all of a sudden they get scared. And if you ask them, they'd be like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on.
It just didn't work out. I had all these things." It might.
They're not trying to hurt, but that's not defending.
The
But they're just
men are
like,
not okay.
They're like, there's something going on.
They desperately want we had another guest on who was like, men don't know how to be casual because they want all the things that come with having a girlfriend. They want to be able to dump on you. They want your advice. They want to cry on your shoulder, but they don't want to have to do any of the work for it. So, like,
I agree. And on the love bombing thing, you said something too. Sometimes, not to cut him slack, like, it's the same, and we talked about it on the date too, and I was like, the male loneliness epidemic. Men are fucking lonely and sad, and they don't have this kind of connection with their boys, or maybe they don't have enough girlfriends in their life, or intimacy in other areas. So to agree with you, I don't think they know they're doing it. Like, they don't realize they're this starved for intimacy and for connection and for all of these things, and then they get a taste of it, and of course it's wonderful, and they indulge and they go all in, and then I'm sorry, like, I agree, we just heard it from a straight man's mouth, like, they fucking get scared, like, they get, and then they think, like, well, where do I take this now? Is she going to expect something from me? Can I really...
Do I even have anything to offer?
Do I have anything to offer her? Like, what if, like, this doesn't work out? Or I also sometimes think they just hear relationships sometimes and they think, like, all my time's going to be gone. She's going to control me. I can't fuck anyone else. Can't do anything.
It's just like, you're a comedian. You're on tour. They have freedom. Do you know what I mean?
I'm like, the best person to... Number nothing, if you're watching, slide into my DMs or my OnlyFans, like, anybody... I am so fucking independent. I'm the least clingy bitch ever. Even
if you wanted to be, you couldn't be.
I couldn't. Even if I wanted to be, I couldn't be. I'm in a different city every week. I'm a workaholic. I'm not even tooting my own horn when I say this. Like, I would be the most chill fucking girlfriend. And I'm at a point in my life, too, where, like, I used to be super pro-monogamy, and I still am to an extent, but, like, I would be down with open. I would be down with, like, everything. But I think to your point, it's like, they just freak themselves out. Where do I take it from here?
Where do I take it?
Or I don't like that I felt this. And
you know what the perfect analogy...
If they haven't done therapy and they're broken, they're going to feel something like that, and they're going to go,
I'm scared.
No, it was her. I don't like her. There's something about her that I can't see again or whatever. So
it's like a cat. We have this cat Yaya we're fostering, and he loves getting pets, but then he gets scared, and you'll pet him and he loves it, and then he notices you rubbing his belly and he runs away.
They get over
So my point is that's like an analogy for this, where they're like, oh, I love pets, I love this is great, and then they suddenly realize what's happening and they run away.
You're trying to trap me.
And they run off.
I have a cat, and she's the love of my life, and I rescued her as well too. Nice. So I just love
What's her
so
name?
much. Lala.
That's a great name.
I actually didn't name her. I think it's stupid, but she knows her name, so it's okay. But
she knows her name.
Yeah, and I joked about it, and I was like, cats are men, because I know it. She'll come up to me and she'll bait me. And hit on me and rub up against me, and then I'm like, okay, and we're vibing, and she's purring, and then all of a sudden she's like, hit the fun. And I was like, ooh, she felt too much. She felt too much.
She's too keen. That's so funny.
Yeah, and that's the advice they give you when you get a cat too. They're like, you're like, how do I get him to like love me? And they're like, ignore them.
Yeah.
Ignore them. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
They come to you, and then I was like, oh my god, did I just rescue another straight man? I just brought another straight man in my house.
But this one can't leave. So this one you can lock him and you're like, you're stuck, buddy. Our ones try and leave, but they cannot.
You're stuck.
I know. Then I talk to her like an immigrant mom, and I'm like, you need me. I saved you. Yeah.
You were nothing when I found you.
Please eat.
I need you. Where would you be without me? Fuck you. Yeah, like literally.
Your skin and bones.
It's toxic. Not gonna lie. It's pretty toxic. Yeah.
No, that's so funny.
But yeah, I love her. She's my baby. Yeah. She stays, the men go. So
no, that's fair. But no, the love bombing thing, super real. I had no idea it was such an epidemic.
Yeah.
But I do think a lot of men, like, they think, and I used to think this, like, getting a girlfriend, getting married, getting whatever is like, you lose your life.
The end of your life.
Yeah, and like you really have this fear. And part of the reason we got married is like we talked like what exactly we want. I'm going to be more independent. We're doing comedy, doing this, and Robin's like, yeah, that's fine. I have my own life. But for a lot of guys think that it's a picket fence and it's immediately moving to the suburbs and it's
everything's over.
Yeah.
Over. And I would say this, and I'm going to critique both men and women on this before.
We do both sides.
Well, yeah, I'm going to be an equal opportunist here. Because I'm going to start with the critique of the women, but I am going to come back to why they behave the way they do.
Yep.
I do think sometimes, and I've been guilty of it for sure before I did my therapy, found my life, my career, all the things, women can be controlling. It's going to come back around. It's going to come back around. We can be sometimes. And I was just texting a friend of mine who's like, still in love with her ex, they still clearly love each other, and they're trying to get back together, and she wants to bring up so many, like, I want to bring up the girl that I know that he fucked, and I want to ask about this, and I go, if you want this to work, just chill out. Like, just chill out, just build the good juju back up, like, just don't do anything that's going to make him, you guys can have a conversation about everything afterwards, but, like, I do think sometimes, I've been guilty of it, women can be, maybe controlling isn't the word, right? Like, we can get a little, that being said, often when women behave that way, there's something about the man's behavior that's making them behave that way.
Yeah.
Because if the dude made her feel really secure and you can have honest and open conversations and respect each other and run parallel to each other, I don't think she would freak out so much and need to go through your phone or whatever it is, or need to grill you about what you did last night, or want to like lock you down so much because she'd be like, I got a good guy, he's got it together, kind of thing. So I think that's both sides.
Yeah, they definitely feed into it. And I think like what's sad is that like that controlling behavior of like, I'm trying to make it so that you will stop doing all the things that make me feel insecure, makes the almost, it's like reinforces, and then they start making you act more insecure, like they start treating you worse
because you're acting out of your own character.
Yeah,
you're worried about stuff. Like I even told her, like, she's beautiful and so smart, she's a great girl, and I was like, why are you worried about a 22-year like I was like girl
move
that's
on.
Enough.
Yeah.
That's enough. I know this hurts your ego. I've fallen for the same things. Why is he liking this girl's shit? Who is this girl that he would ever? You gotta remember who the fuck you are, and also if you want the relationship to work, get her out of, like, get this out of here.
Get out of your head.
Get out of your head, like, and focus on the relationship. But yeah, to your point, it's a vicious.
It's like
anytime I've been controlling in a relationship, I'm not putting it on him, but I was like, oh, this relationship wasn't a fit. It was bringing out a side of me that I don't like. So anyways.
I used to say, like, I would be an obnoxious cool girl, and I used to tell people like the best thing about me is that I'm not a crazy girlfriend. I'm not a crazy girlfriend.
Oh, we all do that. We all go, I'm so chill.
I'm normal. I'm so chill.
You said that earlier this podcast.
I did, and I was lying.
I like the very first time that I dated, because my mom was always in an abusive relationship, so I dated nice guys. Like that was guys that
feels good.
Yeah, I was like, well, I learned, right? Like I stood on the shoulders of my mother, right? Like there, but for the grace of God go I, and so I always only dated really, really nice guys. And the first time I dated somebody who was the kind of, he used to like nag me, he used to like try to bring me down, he wanted to be the smarter one, he wanted to be the more successful one, so there's nothing that I could do that would be like impressive to him, and anything that I did that I was impressed by, he would like drag down.
Which means that in his head he was thinking, on a loop, on a marquee, this girl's too good for me, I'm gonna leave me.
Probably, and then I did end up leaving him, but in that relationship I was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I was crazy. I was like, you can't be friends with her, you can't be friends with her, you can't, I'm like insane stuff, going through his emails, stuff I had never done, never wanted to do, and never wanted to do since. And it was like, but it was just that in that relationship, I was insane because I was not happy.
You were not happy.
Yeah.
And you also probably too, I mean, I'm just going to go on a limb here, like weren't as, we haven't unlocked the higher level behaviors and been fully developed and fully happy with who we are. And
Probably
like on some, right? Like on some level,
yeah,
like
for
I
sure.
look back at that, like even there's a guy in my life now and he's a comic and he's one of my very, very good friends and we dated on and off for a while in Miami. And that's done now. You know what I mean? But, he brought out a crazy side of me. Like, I was standing outside of the Miami Improv one night, and even he admitted it, and I was, like, screaming at him violently. And out at the Improv, and he was like, we're at a club. And I was like, yeah, like, where is this coming from?
This is my job.
I was like, why would you fucking tell me that? Why is this fucking girl here again? You're lying! Like, whatever. And, like, and he was. And even, like, because he was in a bad spot. He had just gotten out of a relationship. He was in fuckboy mode. We fell for each other very quickly, so he wanted the benefits of a girlfriend but never wanted to commit to me. He would just lie about not seeing other people, but then we'd run into each other in Miami, and I would literally catch him fooling around.
You're like, this is a small city.
It's a small city. It's Miami smaller than we think.
It's really small.
Then I was like, why are you lying about it? Like, and I'm like, you're lying because you don't want to lose me. But same thing. Like, I was like, oh my God.
Like this is not who I am.
Doing this. Like, this
Shocking.
is crazy. Yeah. Yeah. So, and my ex brought out, I was being abused.
Yeah.
And gaslit and like literally mentally fucked with.
Well,
and
when you see those relationships, or like read about them, like you'll see where I see them the most now is like on Reddit. People be like, "Am I the asshole?" And they'll then describe like the most abusive relationship ever, and they're like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
But they're also doing things like to stay in the relationship, right?
Yeah.
And it's from the outside, not knowing what creates that. It can be so frustrating because you're like, just leave. But it's like the craziness is like it's like
it's a vicious cycle.
It's very
hard to break out of because the craziness exhausts you. So then you don't want to go through the breakup, and because of the way you're being treated, your self-esteem isn't really great. And there probably are other girls.
And also, he's really great sometimes. He's really great sometimes. Yeah. It just creates two crazy people, and it's coming from one broken person who has like created the situation.
And
it spills over.
Yeah, exactly. And it just was like one vicious cycle. And about the crazy behavior, like I remember I had a therapist tell me, this is crazy, I'm going to share this, but so you want to talk crazy? This is the craziest thing I've ever done in a relationship. He was terrible, obviously. Like, hit me for 3 years, cheated. It was awful. I was 25, he was 40.
Oh, gosh.
So, also was falling victim to, like, oh, you're so young and I'm so much smarter than you.
Yeah.
Like, I've been through a divorce. Like, you don't even know. Like, I've lived life you don't know.
They date young women for a reason.
The girl that he dated after me was even younger, if you could believe it. So, that's the exact trap. Because it's control. That's it. Yeah. And I was a pretty mature, smart 25-year-old, 24-year-old, but still, I was like...
You're not a 40-year-old.
I'm not a 40-year-old.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, older guy, and all this stuff, even though he was a loser, but whatever. So it was like towards the tail end of the relationship, and again, cheating, all the things. So he cheated a ton, and I caught him cheating before, so we have proof that he's doing it. Like, I literally caught, like, red-handed. And he would never admit to it. He would either just literally, like, get violent or yell.
Or just be like, you're crazy.
You're a terrible girlfriend. And I'm like, I'm a terrible girlfriend. Whatever. But there was one girl, Rachel, bitch. And I always knew. I was like, something's here. Something's here. No, you're crazy. I don't know why you're fixating on her. You're jealous or something about her that bothers you, whatever. And the evidence just continued to grow. And then I figured I caught him doing something. He would go visit her at work. She was a bartender. And she would get him drunk. And he would go off grid for hours, like hanging with her. And then he like lied about it. And then I was like, why do you continue to do this and like hide it from me? And he said something to just, like, and I think he was drunk and admitting it, and he was like, by the way, she was great in bed. Or, yeah, like, and I was so out of my mind in that relationship, so drunk, so upset, and he, like, stuck the knife in. I threw my drink in his face. Like, and I have never done this ever again. Like, I was like, I fucking hate him, so I threw a drink in his face. And the glass fell out of my hand and hit him and cut his lip. I have no regrets to this day. He's a piece of shit at all. No. But I literally was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? You fucking deserve it. And then I turned to the bouncer, was like, you have to go. I go, I'm leaving. Yeah. And like walked out. But like I've never done anything like that ever.
I was expecting you to say something so much crazier than that.
Robin does that every day.
So much crazier than
really?
That.
Oh, that's amazing.
No, she doesn't.
No, that makes me feel better because that to me is like so embarrassing and like angry and reactive. But my therapist was like, she's like, you have a reason to react that way.
Yeah.
I know what you're feeling, but the issue is the rest of the world doesn't. So you're feeding him because now you're having a crazy public reaction and he can go, oh, see? She's crazy. She's the problem. So she was like, you have to like protect who you are publicly and to other people and your perception. She's like, you're justified, but nobody knows what's going on between you guys kind of thing. So that always kind of stuck with me. Now.
It's like every movie where they trick, where the girl gets gaslit and then goes, and you know what's happening.
And then everyone's like, she's so crazy.
And then at the very end, the guy dies. So that is
hopefully.
That is a regard.
Yeah, well, that's why it's always a red flag whenever a guy's like, oh, she was. That's the biggest red flag on a date.
Huge red flag. Yeah. Oh, I had an ex. She's crazy.
Well, especially when they're like, I've had a lot of crazy exes actually.
I go,
I'm very unlucky back to back.
Yeah, you're not the common denominator at all.
It is really interesting because Julian never called his exes crazy, but then he would tell stories about him like that was a really abusive situation. Like they're going through his phone, they're texting his female friends as him, like in his
No, she was texting my ex as me.
But just like crazy, I'm like, oh, that's really crazy, or like getting really drunk and like causing big scenes. I'm like, oh, that's it's interesting. Like I think you might maybe had some crazy exes.
Yeah, it can go both ways for sure.
But the point is, if you just say it,
but he didn't.
I'll tell the story of what happened. But if you just say, oh, she was, and also like to the point, I understand why. Like, I have sympathy for people. Like she was going through stuff, so like I understand.
Yeah, people act out of character when they're going through stuff, and like to this point, like the guy that I was telling you about before, like his mom did pass like in October of last year, so I'm sure that's like. Part of it, but also it's like how do you hold space for that when somebody is going through stuff, but you're also not being treated correctly in a relationship. That's like a nice, you're like, I'm sorry for you, like even in your situation, but you can't do this to me also. So like, I don't know. So
that's a very good lesson for you to have, because I think so many women and men will come in and they'll be like, this is my trauma. This is like, my mom is like this, my dad is like this. And they'll be like really, really open. So that women will have this idea of like, it's like he shared with me. So he's emotionally mature. He's emotionally open. He shared all these his insecurities with me. But then they use those same insecurities to explain away all their bad behavior. Yeah. And the women are like, he did this and he did that, but the reason why is because he has abandonment issues.
I've had this happen 3 times.
Yeah.
So you learned. Like a mom complex or something. Literally, my ex was like, my uncle molested me, my dad was really bad and wasn't in the picture, letting you know all these things up front. And then, and then like a boyfriend before that was like going through a divorce at the time, and she didn't treat me correctly, and I shouldn't have gotten married, and she did this and she did that. Okay, like, so I'm in a bad place. And then I guess thank God I haven't had it in a couple years, but it was
you learned. That's why you learned. You're like, oh, okay, so I understand that, but that doesn't give you a right to treat me like shit.
No, it's 100% them trying to get a hall pass for whatever bullshit they're going to put you through 2 months from now.
And they will cry about it when they get caught. They'll be like, oh, I did this because of that, and I'm so sorry, and you understand. Nobody else understands.
You don't deserve me.
Yeah, I'm the worst.
Okay, you're going to leave me one day. I know. It's like you're going to leave me. You should.
These straight man impressions are offensive. Okay. And it's appropriation.
Offensively accurate.
They're rude and offensive. okay? And it's appropriation of my culture, and I won't have it, okay? Only I can say our slurs. And if one of you punches a wall, so help me God, okay? That is my culture.
That's ours.
You know what's funny, too? It's like, if women do that, it's like, you just look like a fucking basket case.
Yeah.
If you what?
If you trauma dump on them.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty open about my stuff. I don't obviously tell the whole story on the first date, but I allude to it, and it's in my act, and I'm very vocal about the shit that I've gone through. You'd be surprised how many men, I scratch the surface. I make a joke about it. Like, if that guy was abusive, and their eyes go like, like literally, and they don't, and it's so the opposite. Like, men do that, and women's nature is to be like, oh,
and men are like, oh, I don't want.
And men are like, whoa, she was I can't get near that. That's a basket case.
Well, I think part of it too is like female friendships. We build those on sharing and understanding each other and knowing where each other comes from. Men's friendships are built on
farts.
Fun.
Yeah, fun. Just like he's a fun person to be around. He's a fun guy to drink with. Like that's it's not that. They don't know what happened to them as kids. Like these are things that they don't share with their friends.
Is this a criticism or something dope we do?
I think both.
Yeah.
Well, no, I would say criticism.
No, I'm kidding. It's
It's because girls are perfect. Sorry, but like women are amazing, and we have both in our friendships.
Yeah, we have both.
We can get fucked up and gallivant around the city and be nuts and dance and bond
and have
whatever.
fun.
And then also end the night like cuddling and crying and watching a movie and having deep conversations. So it's kind of amazing on this team.
Yeah,
I think
great. Female friendships are pretty fulfilling. Like I do think if something happened and tomorrow all the men disappeared and women were left, like it would be pretty fine. I think we would be pretty fine.
Yeah.
And I think men would fall apart.
I do too.
They just feel like I don't know how to do it.
I have to formally say I think we would manage.
I mean, you might manage. I just think it would be a better society. Like women would be like, okay, so we're gonna work together. We're gonna be friends. Like, actually, I'm not friends with that bitch, but it's fine. But but like, it wouldn't be fully kumbaya. But I just think we have relationships with each other, and I feel like men would just start roving. Like they'd start like roving gangs and like.
I do too. I feel like there would be more violence if it were just men, and less violence if it were women.
The violence is definitely true. Men are more physically violent. But one thing I would say is that I've seen women have deeper friendships, but I've also seen that it can cause deeper scars amongst friendships. Like I've seen women's friendships deteriorate in a more explosive way than male friendships.
Sure. But that's also because we bond so deeply.
I'm saying, but that's the pro and the con.
I wouldn't trade off not having those my friendship breakups have been more painful to me long term than romantic breakups. Like those are really deep scars, but I wouldn't trade the friendship for like not having that. Or trade my other deep friendships.
But I think with most things, men do this, women do this. To me, I always feel like the ideal is somewhere in between. Even when you talk about like a workplace that can be too masculine, can be too feminine, I think men should learn from women should learn from men, I think. And with relationships, I think men could definitely share much, much more.
Yeah, they should just have better friendships. I beg of them. Men, make better friends. Like, tell your friends what's happening with you.
But the thing I have struggled with my female friendships is sometimes they have such a higher expectation of what I need to do to maintain that friendship. And one of the things that's nice about male friendships, and women I know who have male friendships will say they like that they have a low maintenance friend that they have something with they don't have to put everything into. But I've had female friends who will then like, I won't do something like in a time they want or whatever, and then they're really upset, and now I have a drama, and I'm like, what are we dating? Like, is this? And it's like, no,
this female friends.
Yeah, as in women. I feel like have a higher expectation of their friends in terms of what they expect. I want you to listen to me.
Even of you, they have a higher expectation of you.
As in, you can't not talk to a female friend for 6 months and then pick it up. Maybe you can. I don't know, but it's like.
I think you can.
I think you can. Yeah. I would say that I hear what you're saying. I just think. Because men don't bond as deeply in that way. They don't rely on each other as much. So I hear what you're saying, that they wouldn't fall into arguments or let each other down as quickly. I could see that. I see that. I have very low maintenance friends. But also maybe because okay, so here's my theory on that. That's not a gender thing. That's a career and lifestyle thing. Because I think all of my friends I don't have a lot of friends that are like settling down with kids and dogs and homes and in normal 9-to-5s. I have like comedian, actor friends, people that are trying to make something of themselves, touring, traveling, running their own businesses. And I think that's why I have such low maintenance friendships, because everyone respects everyone's.
Yeah, you can get back to me in the text. I get it. You're doing stuff.
It's fine. I think I would argue more. I had a falling out with a male friend actually, and he was the one that was more demanding on me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he potentially, because he's a musician, but he had a completely different lifestyle. Long story short, he wasn't as hardworking or as much. He's pretty lazy, to be completely honest. Even to the point where his wife even told me, like, I cannot carry the household anymore, and like I cannot do that. Like, he does nothing, and, you know, and whatever. But he just had a different lifestyle. Yeah. And he was the one who used to put the pressure on me. To the point where even my mom was like, does he have like feelings for you? Like, this is like weird. Yeah. Like this like attachment. But that's what caused our falling out. Ultimately, like, I got back to him late and I was like, hey, this is me trying to make it work for lunch or whatever. And he was being really short, and I was like, I know you're being short, what's up? He was like, I just don't want to put energy into writing back to you anymore because nobody knows when you're going to get back or if you're going to. And I was like, okay. Yeah. Time out. Like, regardless of gender, that's not a friend, personally, to me. I was like, dude, you know I'm busy. Yeah.
And if you were going to be a friend, the way you'd phrase it is like, listen, I'm feeling insecure about this is how I'm feeling, as opposed to like, that's an attack. Yeah. When someone does it, well, I just didn't even know when you're going to get back to me. It's like, just say, hey, listen, I'm feeling really left out of this friendship. Where are we at?
Right, exactly.
That's a nice way to say the same thing.
I had a female friend do that to me one time where she was like, I know you're so busy and I like support you so much. It just kind of, it bums me out sometimes when you say you're going to try to make things and then you don't show up. And it wasn't like one-on-one things. It was a birthday party or a happy hour or whatever. So she was like, it just kind of bums me out, and like I would rather you just say you can't make it than say you're gonna try or you will, and then not. And I was like, that's fair.
Yeah. But okay. Also, that's like a nice way to. It's a normal way to talk about it.
It is. Talk about it. I was like, okay.
That is very normal. It's so frustrating as a comic when it's like, listen, I literally, if I get booked on the day of, then I'm gonna go to that show. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I will go if I don't get booked. And then that's what it is. And I'm sorry.
Stage time over everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you have to, because otherwise, you
don't move forward.
And I always joke it's funny when you're like, I cancelled it for like the worst bar show of all time, you know. And she's like, "Can I come up?" She's like, "Can I come up?" I'm like, "Well, no, because then you won't respect me."
And then you won't fuck me. Exactly. So
I'm gonna do an ambush bar show for 6 people in Bushwick, and I can't have sex with you because I would rather be doing that.
My friend told me this way. Oh my god, my friend had something happen with a girl one time where he ran into a girl who he's always flirted with. This is years ago. He's like happily with his girlfriend now, but he ran into this girl who he always vibed with, and then they started having a couple drinks, and it obviously you knew the feeling like this is the night.
Finally,
yeah. That just happened to me 2 nights ago. What's up?
Nice. Hey-oh, let's go.
Great sex. It was great. There was a guy that I've been friends with who was in town, and I was the one who was like, and let's go. And he was like, all right, yeah.
Women can just call
that. I've been waiting for this my whole life. He literally was like, not gonna lie, I've been thinking about this a lot.
Put me in, coach.
I was like, well then let's do it. So.
The fact that women could just call their shot and just be like, yes.
Wait a minute, I fucking shoot my shot all the time. And then I have guy friends be like, you're too in, you're masculine. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, if I want you, I will slide. I will kiss you first. I don't care.
She kissed me first. Real needy lady.
I am all for that. I'm all for that.
Well, the reason there are so many beautiful women with less attractive men in New York City is because men will just keep hitting on girls who are hotter than them until one says yes.
And women won't hit on the guys that they actually want, so they just end up with the one that hits on them.
Yeah.
Correct.
So if you don't go out and slide, you get slid. No. That's basically it.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
That's very true. Copyright
put that in a t-shirt.
Shit. Exactly. Well, it's like, I just think I'm in my masculine in so many areas of my life. Like, I probably could afford to chill out a little bit and receive a little more. I'm like working on it, but I don't know. And like, I have like women in my life that are like, you like should not be, what are you doing the pursuit? I'm like, listen, motherfucker, I don't chase. Let's relax. But like, I'm 34, I want kids, like I'm busy, I'm successful. If I'm fucking into you and I clock you, I'm in your DMs. And I'm like, you should get drinks with me. Because I'm a badass. So let's go get drinks. Like, I love
this. I hate the fact that women listen to her. Yeah, be like her.
Like, take it into your own hands. And then like, okay, if the date is great, you can like now fall back a little bit and see what he does and like let him step into his role as a man or whatever. But like, this whole, like, I don't text him or I don't let him know what I want. Exactly. If you don't slide, you get slid. And that's how you end up with a man with, like, a receding hairline. And, like, you deserve better.
So, you deserve better.
That's all I'm saying.
Pick better.
The thing that's frustrating is just, like, I wish you have to play these games when you're dating. And we're open, so we still date. That's why we have know these things.
Yeah.
But I would, I go, like, I want to text me, like, listen, I'm not trying to be forward. I just need to plan my fucking week. And, like, if we're seeing each other on Wednesday, can we just lock Wednesday in? But that's too needy. And it's like, no Wednesday, 7:30. Can we do it?
It's not.
It's grown. It's like busy, grown, like...
It's busy and grown.
Yeah.
I'll send you a Google Calendar invite. Let's go.
I literally
2 a.m. sex.
Yeah, I know. That's a whole thing. Yeah, like literally. Like I was like, sometimes I'm like, I can't have sex tonight because I'm too busy tomorrow and I need to like get a good night's sleep. Then I'm like, Sunday, 11 p.m. I don't have a busy Monday. Like, what are we doing?
Because your stories so far, you said you're having sex for like 5 hours. I'm like, all right, no wonder you're sleepy. You're coming in like, sorry, I'm really tired for this podcast. I was just having 12 hours of sex.
That was the guy in late April. We had a nice night. But I seen him. And
I don't mean to make you bring you flashbacks.
I was like, I should have made him come 4 times instead of 3, obviously. That was on me.
Well, I always joke, I didn't finish the
Am I
first...
Beyonce? I'm too powerful, I think.
Yeah.
I really think that's what it is. Yeah.
No, sorry. You know what? I hear he died. That's what happened. He died.
I think so. That's
think
what
he
we're
died.
going to go with. Yeah.
That guy is dead.
Spiritually.
In
yeah.
an embarrassing way also, I heard.
Yeah. But yeah, I slide. I'm in the masculine completely.
I think that's just the only way to do it, or you just end up with whoever picks you, and they're not the guys that you always want to pick.
It's not ideal.
No.
What are the odds that the exact guy you wanted at the bar is the one? You said in the form that you say insane shit on the apps to weed people out. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I just don't take the app seriously at all.
What do you say that's insane?
I got drunk the other night and I turned to my friend and I was like, what? I was like, what should he's like? I was like, should I just go on a tear, basically, with all these matches? I hadn't opened up Hinge, and I was like, I want to get the conversation going again, and I was hammered, and I was like, rail me. Because I'm not serious about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, after God was
The thing
like,
is-
okay,
But then when you were like, did you do it or were you like, just kidding?
No, afterwards I was like, I'm so sorry, someone stole my phone.
That guy, the roller coaster, like, oh my God, I'm going to rail this girl.
Oh, where again?
Just kidding. I also was kidding.
Or I'm like, what's your favorite position? And then when they write back, like, I'm really a fan of doggy. And I was like, oh, I was talking football. My bad. Like, or something. Like, I just say, like, insane shit. I'm like, how do you want to die? Or whatever. Like, and maybe that's probably why I'm so single. But you know what? The guy that writes back and has a creative answer is, like, the guy who gets a date.
Yeah, it's a good way to weed them out because you do end up with a lot of people, and you're like, how do I weed you out? And you don't want to be like, okay, just height. Like that's like it's a lazy. It's not. I
think it's a good
helps,
one.
but
I think it's a good filter.
Well, you have a type, clearly. Yeah.
But you know, if it's you have to find some way to weed people out.
Yeah. That's one. On the apps, that's it. Because it's like, sometimes it's like just so boring. And they're like, hey, Brittany, how's your day? And I'm like, well, you don't know me. What do you mean?
But I would love to get a message like that because what you normally get, women is like not giving you much. And like you send a message and they're busy, they have 100 messages, they send you something soft back. Getting something crazy is like, oh good, at least I can try something.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, how do you want to die? And then I'm like, when's the last time you let your family down? Like, I just ask like crazy shit.
Can I just say, if I messaged a girl, how do you want to die? If I said,
that's a double standard. Yeah.
How do you want to die? Reported.
Yeah, double standard. I can do that. Yeah.
But that would be so.
I had a guy write like, "What's your favorite way to have potatoes?" And I loved that question because I was like, "There's so many different ways I love to eat potatoes." And then he wrote me later, and he's like, "Yeah." So I like asked a girl that question, and she just like, you know what? This is why I hate the apps, and I'm just deleting this app.
She's not fun.
Yeah, she's not fun.
She's not going to be fun to be on a date with.
But he was like, I don't think I'm going to ask that again. I was like, no, you should keep asking it. You just
you don't want potato
Yeah.
bitch, okay? You don't need it.
I would be like, whoa. Like, okay, like getting into it, but
Robert sending a dissertation.
Yeah, I was like, I really had a difficult time picking between.
You said raw, right? Just
raw.
Same way I like to get railed. Just raw.
exactly, rail me,
raw in the butt.
Like a baked potato.
I also could I say rail me? Would that work? Because then like, this guy wants to get pegged. How do you want to die? Rail me.
That would work on Grindr, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not Hinge, but
You ever pegged a guy? Cool, me neither.
yeah. Just asking for a friend. That's it.
Doing surveys.
But yeah, I just don't take the app seriously. Like, I just feel like it's so much.
If you did, it would be really demoralizing.
Yeah. Well, I had a friend even say, like, he's on the apps and he was like, well, I'm trying to play it cool or whatever. And I was like, you can't play it cool. First off, that's what we were talking about. You can't, there's no playing it. I don't do games. I just don't do, I'm so over that. And like, I feel like a good dating advice thing is like, once you feel yourself, even if it's been going well and you've been seeing somebody, if you feel yourself start to play, I don't know if I want to answer that right away. I'm not going to watch his Instagram story.
Oh, because I don't want him to know that I've watched it. Like, you're thinking that level.
That whole thing, it's probably not going to work out. Something there. You don't trust him. Something, I just feel Or guys too, it's the same thing. Once you start feeling like you have to play a game, play it cool, play hard to get, I don't want anything.
Well, it's not fun. You want a fun, chill thing where it's like, of course I'll watch a story straight away. If it's on, if it's there, I'll watch it. And who cares?
Watch it. Yeah.
And if I didn't watch it, that's also fine. Like.
Right, exactly. Or it's like little things like I'm not going to wait to write, like when people are like, I'm waiting to write back. I go, who does that benefit? It doesn't mean if you write back right away, you're thirsty and obsessed with them. It could mean you're just on your phone. Also, if he doesn't write back right away, he's busy. Like, it's just so... I think once you start finding you're playing games, it's a sign it's not for you.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. There's something about it that...
That's not... I love that outlook. I wish people would employ it more, because I am also just like... So I'm 40, and I'm like, I'm...
You look amazing.
So, thank you. Botox don't have kids.
Oh, same. I have filler. Yeah, I'm there, yeah.
Botox have no kids. You'll stay rested the rest of your life.
You want kids?
No.
Good for you.
Yeah, I would... they're just very expensive. I would adopt maybe someday, but I've never wanted them.
We'll have to get rid of 2 of the cats first.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
I enjoy cats. So.
I'm freezing my eggs.
Oh, good for you. That's very smart.
I'm pretty sure I want them. I'm like, yeah, I definitely want them.
I mean, if you want them even a little bit, you should freeze your eggs.
Exactly, just so you have the option.
But it just sucks with comedy where it's like, it feels like, I look at the people like Bill Burr, and they don't have kids till they're 50, which is obviously easier for a guy to do. But then it's just like, because like that's when they make it, and then they can take the time off at that point.
Listen, I was in corporate PR. I worked at record labels and stuff in my 20s, and I was doing improv and sketch on the side, but not doing comedy and acting full time. So I started stand-up and comedy at like 28, 29. So that's usually when normal people with normal jobs, if you do want kids, you're entering your 30s and you're starting to freeze your eggs, or you're starting to, seriously date, buy a home or whatever. So it's fuckery, because it's like my body and biological clock wants a husband, and I want kids, and I want a home, and I want all those nice fuzzy things, but I did enter an insane career that requires everything of me at 28, 29.
Yeah. For at least 10 years or whatever.
For at least 10 years. So I don't think I'm even going to think about marriage until 40. I don't think I'm going to think about kids until 40. So this is the way I have my options.
Yeah,
but I think you can do
what
what we had. Robin, I got very lucky with Robin, who like understands what I need to do for comedy, so we can get married. But kids you can't really work around kids. There's not really any there's no loophole. It's going to be a lot of work.
My friend is really successful. I'm not going to give a lot of details because I love her and I admire her so much. Her career was going so well. She's a musician. Her career was going so well.
It's Taylor Swift.
And yeah, exactly. And she's pregnant. But she's pregnant. And I'm not going to lie, when I saw that she's with her boyfriend, they're very happy. They live together. They have a home together in Miami and stuff. I'm not going to lie, when I saw that she was pregnant, I was like, oh. Like, it's just because, like, not that you can't do it. You can.
But it's fucking hard.
It's fucking hard.
It's
and
hard.
Her career's going so well.
Yeah.
And that's stuff that's so timing based.
It's a real choice. It's a real choice. People for a long time were trying to tell women you can have it all, and if you want to have it all, you will work 24/7.
Yes.
But you won't have his
and
peace.
there will be times where you have to choose.
Here's my thing. I take the job of being a mom as seriously as I take the job of being the best comedian that I can be. Equally serious.
So that'd be pretty tough to be doing both of them
at the same time. And I don't want any resentment over my kids or my husband. I don't want any, like, not that I would, but I don't want to even risk that. So for me, I'm not going to even try to have kids until I feel like I checked enough boxes as a comedian and I'm really happy with where I am. And I'm really like, okay, I've made whatever making it is for me.
Yeah.
I've made it. So now I can be like, great. Time to be a mom.
Yeah.
And time to really go all in. I can take time off. Yeah.
But you can get to a point in comedy where it's like you're successful enough, you've earned it, so like you can get opportunities when you need them, as opposed to now where it's like you're kind of like, if I don't take it for 6 months, who knows?
Who knows what's going to happen?
So but if you get to be Bill Burr, you're John Mulaney, you're like, I'll just sit down for 6 months and I'll do a Netflix show when I feel like it.
That's a double standard, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I look at like the careers of like Whitney Cummings and Eliza and like even like Amy Schumer and stuff like that. Like they didn't get pregnant. And there's a million ways to do it, and I'm not saying you can't, but like they didn't get pregnant until like they were a couple Netflix specials in, like it was up and running, they were famous and stuff, and that's what I would want for me, so I can be like, okay, great, I am fully in.
Yeah, or you could do with the Ali Wong, where you marry somebody who's wealthy and wants to be a full-time dad.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
For her.
Right?
Yeah,
like he was a full-time dad. He was like their rock so that she was able to
which is what
do her specials while
all
pregnant.
the guys do effectively.
Yeah, exactly. She did it like a man. So and then
Do it like a
divorced him
man.
and started dating younger people. So
That's
yeah,
true.
just like a man.
My friend Alex Cumin has like the funniest bit. I was just with her this weekend at the festival, and she was like, I don't know if I want kids. I don't know if I want to be a mom. And she pauses and she goes, I definitely want to be a fucking dad. She's like, pretty sweet gig.
Yeah, that's a sweet gig.
I think we all can agree, pretty chill.
Yeah, that seems very fun.
Yeah. She's like,
that's like all like water slides and like barbecues.
The mom is up like rocking the baby as they're projectile vomiting in the middle of the night, and dad is like, took her for ice cream into the park. Like,
she's all sugared up. Here you go.
Here you go. Like totally different.
I agree. We are heroes.
Exactly.
So
what would we do without you? Right.
I do think it's like. I mean, it's much easier now, but even like 20 years ago, 40 years ago, you'd do nothing.
No,
like literally, and obviously, it's not even close to equal, but there was a time when you wouldn't even know your kid's name. You wouldn't know, you do the work, you come home and the wife deals with it, and then you give them a stern talking to about, I don't know, communism, and then you move on.
Probably, honestly, in the 70s and 60s, yeah.
Like, let me tell you about communism. Now go get your diaper changed.
Even my dad was a great dad, but he was away every week. Mm-hmm. And I mean, great, he made the money and support, and he was present when he was home and stuff, but he gives my mom all the credit. He was like, you are the person you are because of mom. Like, mom was there all the time.
Yeah.
He's like, I did my part, but like, you are who you are because of mom.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know what your mom did, but now like the mom has to have a job as well. Like the mom and the dad have a job, and you're raising a baby. So it's like at least then it was like if you didn't have a job, you can dedicate yourself to being a parent. Yeah. Now it's like the amount of moms who also have a job, and then the dad has a job, mom has a job. They're both doing what they can. It's like it's a lot.
It's pretty rare to like have a one-income household now.
It's very rare. It's usually double incomes for each person. Mm-hmm. Like it's side hustle and full-time job.
Yeah.
Well, and now like also I think honestly the easiest way like to be a parent is to have a split household, to like have your parents split up and then you have two moms and dads, and then your parents get to have you part-time. You get to have 4 incomes for these kids. Like
Robin has said that if I were to knock someone up,
this is exactly the way
she goes. If I knock someone up, she goes, good, good. They have the baby, and then we just split it 50-50 custody.
Like maybe it's another married couple just to like make it easier, but it doesn't have to be. And then we get to be part-time parents. That'd be fine.
That's why being the aunt is great.
Yeah.
Like being the fun aunt is great because you're like, give me the baby so I get my fix, and then you're like,
and then you send it home.
For it.
Yeah,
that's it.
You do the dad. You're like, I sugared her up. There you go.
We'll go get our nails done together, and then you guys can, you can be the unfun parents.
She knows what weed is now. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I taught her all about sex. Here we go. Yeah.
The fun stuff. None of that boring birds and the bees shit.
No. All the good positions. Yeah. I taught her right, and not a weird way. Yeah, quarterback, exactly. Yeah, tight end. That's my favorite position.
Perfect.
I think.
There was some of the stuff we didn't cover. I had one thing. You mentioned never mention the B word. Never say breakup.
Never say breakup.
So you just stop seeing each other, but don't actually make it official.
No. I think if you're in a relationship and you're in a heated argument and debate, you say, we're human, we say things we don't mean.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
I think once you go to, I think we should break up, or I don't want to do this anymore, or I don't want to be with you. And even if you go, I'm starting to think that I may not really want this, or whatever. Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of coming back from that.
Yeah, because then that's in your mind the whole time, forever.
Yeah. Right, because then it's, well, he already stepped out of this, or she already checked out. So I always tell my friends whenever they're like in a fight, or myself included, like it's so easy to be like, fuck this, I'm out, or I want to break up, but I just think it's really hard to come back from. So like try to cool yourself off, and if you truly want to break up after a couple days of sleeping on it, then okay. Yeah. But I think we say things in arguments that we can't come back from, and I think dropping the B word is one of them.
What is that dumb voice in our head that's like, fucking say it?
Yeah, just
ruin your life.
Yeah.
I get that not in arguing with you, but when I'm playing like a board game, and I was gonna be like, well, you know you only won because you got the fucking centerpiece. And it's like, we're having a fun board game, mate.
Why did you take it there?
And my brain's like, don't say it.
Yeah.
And the same with the breakup thing. It's like, don't say it. No good can come with this. So just hold on to it.
Fear. I think you want to beat the other person to the punch.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That
makes sense, yeah.
You're afraid it's not going well, and you get tired of arguing, and instead of walking away or sleeping on it, because that's hard or whatever, you just immediately go like, fuck this, I'm out, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sick of it.
And then, usually a couple hours later, maybe a day or two later, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be hard to come back to that person. If only for, I did that. I fucked that up with a guy I dated in Miami, and I liked him so much.
And you said we should break up?
I broke up with him, and I never got him back.
And you asked for him back? Did you try?
Oh, yeah. Still in love. And would take him back right now. Jake, okay.
Rail me. How do you want to die? Rail me.
I tried that, still didn't work. Yeah, I broke up with him. We were seeing each other in Miami a couple months. Was just going so well. Like, just a natural fit. No red flags, at all. And even I was a couple dates in, I was like, oh, I kind of want to date. I was like, this feels like, And then as it got better and we got closer and everything, I felt the pull away that we've been talking about.
Your pull or his pull?
His pull.
Yeah.
Just slower responses, canceling some dates here and there, a little less.
I hate that.
Yeah, and very anxious attachment. I think this went on for 2 weeks maybe. And I tried, and I just was like, hey, I'm out. That's it. I'm not doing this. We've had a really great couple of months. I know you're pulling away. I don't know if you met somebody. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but I can't do this. I can't do this stop and go after the last couple months that we've had. I'm done. And even he was like, are you sure, Brittany? You really want to do, called me. He's like, are you sure you want to, you sure? And I was like, yeah, I am.
He's been respectful. He's like, okay, if that's what you want, but do you
really
want
said,
it?
if that is truly what you want, then okay, I will respect it. And I said, yeah, it is. And then I spent the next 2 weeks miserable.
Aww.
And so sad. And then that's when I kind of knew, oh, something's wrong. Because I made this decision, and
you don't usually regret it
immediately.
Yeah.
And then I texted him, and I was like, would you want to talk? And I miss you. And he took took a little while, a couple days to write back.
Oof. And that's a long time to wait. That sucks. That's the time of waiting is so stressful.
When it's a tough text like that.
Yeah, I was I'm really not kind of rethinking things, and then just the last 2 weeks have been hard. I miss you. Would you want to talk? And it's okay if you're not there, but maybe we could just get a coffee and whatever. And he took a couple days, and then I've learned my lesson from this, and I was like, you know what, you fucking fuckboy, and I went off on him. I texted him again, and he was like, I was literally about to answer you. You can't give me a couple days to just process this.
Oh no.
You're the one who dumped me, Brittany. You're the one who wanted it. And I was like, I don't mean it. This whole dramatic argument in an airport. I'm crying. I was like, I regretted it. Whatever. And we talked too. We had a really long talk. He cried. And admitted, he was like, I got scared. I was like, I don't know if you got scared or not. Maybe I was putting that in my head. He goes, no, I got scared. Yeah. He was like, it was feeling very serious, very fast. But we also didn't feel ready for that. But we didn't. And he's like, I totally did consciously pull away. And I was like, oh, okay. And then, never got him back.
Well,
so drop the B word.
We got news for you. Jake, come on out. Okay.
Jake, please, I miss you. Your penis is amazing, please.
Just show us.
And you're great.
Just show us, Jake. Yeah. No. Show us.
Show me, please.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you? What are your handles? And this will be out in about 6 weeks if you have anything then.
Brittany Brave on everything. Brittany Brave Comedy. OnlyFans, Brittany Brave. Get
in on
next
6 months.
You get less than 6 months, so get in on it.
You got it.
Yeah, Brittany Brave on everything. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming out. It was so nice hanging out.
Yay.
We'll catch you next time.